Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm back today for another video, joined with my little buddy Ace down here. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Glorious Guardians for this year's Grand Banquet. So we know 3 out of the 6 so far, and these are champions that are not available as 7 stars, that are getting buffed and then released as 7 stars for the Banquet event. But their buff is going live, as they're announced. So Black Panther's buff should be live as soon as the November update is out. So that is now 3 champions. We have Medusa, Purgatory, and Black Panther. So that covers the skill class, the cosmic class, and the mystic class. So all of our class types on the right side here of the wheel. That leaves us with science, mutant, and tech. So we're going to be talking about those 3 classes today to try to narrow it down to who those final 3 Glorious Guardians could be. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go tech, mutant, science. So let's start with tech. So let me take a look here at the tech class. So who could it be here? Green Goblin would be, I think, my #1 pick and hope. Yeah. If I could pick anyone to get a buff here, I think it would be Green Goblin. He's a Spider-Man villain, a pretty notorious one at that. And he looks cool in game. His specials are cool. His animations are good and everything. It's just his abilities. They're just kind of garbage. And, they're close to being good. I think with a little love, I think Green Goblin could really become a relevant champion. So I think my #1 pick is definitely Green Goblin. Although Halloween has passed. I feel like if they were going to do him, they probably would have announced him around Halloween already. Yeah. It would have made sense if Green Goblin was going to be picked. It would make sense for them to do him and Purgatory at the same time, because they're both kind of scary, Halloweeny. But they didn't. So the more my brain thinks, the less I feel like Green Goblin's chances are. But again, still my #1 personal pick. I think more realistically, I feel like it could definitely be Sentinel. I think Sentinel could make a ton of sense. Yeah. I think Sentinel is likely, honestly. I feel like there's a very good chance it could be Sentinel. Iron Patriot, I think maybe deserves it the most, because this guy is just utter garbage, just utter butt cheeks. But we've already had a bunch of Iron Man getting buffed and stuff. We've had Iron Man Infinity War get buffed. We've had OG Iron Man get buffed. We've had Superior Iron Man get buffed. We've had War Machine get buffed in the past. We've had Hulkbuster get buffed. That's 5 already. Enough Iron Man suits for a while. Some other champs need some love too. A Star-Lord buff would be crazy. He used to be one of the kings of the contest, dude. Back when Labyrinth of Legends was the most endgame content in the game, Star-Lord was him. He was the man. Yondu already got a buff, so I don't think it's gonna be him. It could be Darkhawk, but I doubt it. But it could be. Could be Darkhawk. Dorky Diggity Dave, one of our community managers, does have a Darkhawk song. Darkhawk! Something like that. I don't know exactly how it goes, but he does have a Darkhawk song, so maybe they buff him just so they can play that song more. I don't know. Wild theory. You never know. So I would say, I feel like the most likely candidate here is probably Sentinel. It's probably who I would say is the most likely, in my opinion. Alright, that's our tech class. Let's go ahead and move on to mutant. Okay, mutant, there's a lot in the mutant class, dude. They could go all kinds of routes for mutant. So, I did make a video theory crafting about, the whole Deadpool buff. They did change his outfit. He is one of the mascots for the game. So I feel like he could make a ton of sense. But also, I feel like I feel like Deadpool buff should be separate and not a part of this. I feel like it should just be its own thing. So I don't know. So yeah, let's put a cork in the Deadpool theory for now. Ooh, Cable. Cable would be a crazy one, dude. Because, you know, Cable is actually a viable champion just with the Apocalypse synergy. Just is it the synergy or is it being a horse? I think it's the synergy. I think it's just the synergy. Yeah, it's just the synergy here. So, and it's not even the first bullet point. It's this additionally. It's this additionally that gives Cable like, the craziness. So, on this second part of the synergy, additionally, heavy attacks now inflict degeneration on each hit instead of just on the first hit, and their stack limit is removed. So if literally just that was added to Cable's base kit, he would immediately become a viable champion, just period. If that one little synergy was just transplanted into his kit, he would immediately be a viable, decent mutant champion, you know. And then if you do that, and then you also tweak some of his base kit abilities, like Cable could become pretty awesome, dude. I think what Cable needs is a way to maybe get prowess, some way to increase his special attack damage, and some way to lessen RNG and have more selectability with his power gain and his regen. If you could do all that, I think that'd be the best way to buff Cable, and he could be like a really top tier champion. Like that'd be awesome, dude. I think Cable has a ton of potential. I think the more I talk about Cable, the more I feel like they could be doing him. I feel like there's so much potential with Cable, man. So much. And ooh. One thing to mention as well is that the champion that came out alongside Cable was Gwenpool. And Gwenpool is being in, you know, the supply drop. We get 10 champions as 7 stars, and Gwenpool's one of them, and that's her debut as a 7-star. So, you know, what if Cable's a mutant champion that they make him better and then release him as 7-star too? Just another wild theory, but yeah, I feel like Cable could definitely fit the bill. But the thing is that there's a lot of other mutant champions too. Who else could really fit? I feel like they could tweak Jubilee a bit, or at least her as a 7-star. I would not want to see that personally. No thanks. Hope we don't see that. Rogue would be a very interesting one, but the thing is, like, Rogue's not even that bad. But yeah, with I know Suida really loves Rogue, so if they changed her, he might not like it. But yeah, a Rogue buff would be sick. There's so much you could do with Rogue and her powers and the way that she interacts with other champions. That could be cool. So we know for sure that Cyclops, this Cyclops specifically, blue team, is getting buffed. We don't exactly know when. I've heard next year. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but yeah, it's definitely not soon. So it's not going to be this Cyclops, and I'm guessing it's not going to be this one either, because why would they buff the other one and have that released before the one that we voted for? That doesn't make any sense. So I don't think it's going to be either one of them. This Deadpool was already buffed. Old Man Logan was already buffed. That leaves us, I feel like, with maybe two real possibilities, and that's Beast, who is just so outdated. Beast could really use some love, for real. Like, if they gave it to Beast, I'd be happy. Like, I honestly forget Beast exists, and he is the complete opposite of his name. He is not a beast. Beast is not the word I would use to describe this champion. The word I would use to describe the champion is forgettable, garbage. Yeah, I don't know. He's not good. So a Beast buff would be pretty sick. And the only other one I could really see it being would be like Psylocke. Psylocke's not even bad either. She has very, very interesting power control, pretty solid power control as well. Some interesting damage. with her charges that she can build and then detonate with her heavy. She's not that bad, but with the right tune-up, she could become really good. So out of all those mutant champs, I feel like who's the most likely? I don't know. Mutant's a really tough one. Also, it could also be X-23. I mean, it could be regular Wolverine too. I doubt it, but X-23 I could see. That'd actually be great if it was X-23. I would love that. I'd really love that. I'm a big fan of X-23. Yeah, that'd be sick. Hard to pick one here. You know, I think I'm just gonna go with Cable. I think Cable's gonna be my pick. For some reason, talking about him kind of convinced me it might be him. So yeah, let's go with Cable for our mutant choice, and then that leaves us with the science class, last but not least. So science, who could it be? Let's see here. Okay, I know who I want it to be. Dude, if they did Sentry, that would be so hype. There's so many people in the community that want to see Sentry buff, dude. There's so many of us. He's one of like the most powerful characters in the game that just suck. Like comic to in-game comparison. Like the power level is just tragic. This guy needs a stellar buff. What better time than the 10-year anniversary? Yeah, I think Sentry is my hope, my pick, my choice. Just, yeah. I don't know if he's maybe the most likely or not. I don't care. I want it to be Sentry the most, for sure. God, please let it be Sentry. Please let it be Sentry. That's my hope. Other than Sentry, though, let's put a cork in that. Who else could it realistically be? It could be a Captain America. Could be MCOC, honestly. Or it could be Rhino. Honestly, for the science class, is that it? Yeah, honestly, for the science class, I really don't think there's that many options. I guess they could do Wasp. They could do A-Bomb as well. I feel like they're not gonna. I feel like, realistically speaking, it's between Rhino, Sentry, and MCOC. That's the vibe that I'm getting from the science class. A Rhino buff would be cool. I would not mind that at all. If he was kind of like a science juggernaut, maybe more focused with like debuffs instead of buffs. You know, like, so Juggernaut, you know, he gets his unstoppable. Like, what if Rhino placed like Crush on the opponent or something like that when he dashes? Something like that. I don't know, just a thought. But yeah, I think Rhino could get a really cool buff. I'd be down for that. But but Sentry is my #1 pick for sure. Science class. So yeah, those are my predictions for these final 3 glorious Guardians for the Grand Banquet. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys think I'm way off base, if you like any of my picks, if you'd also love to see any of them. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any ideas, any theory crafting, anything, drop in the comment section. Let's brainstorm. Let's try to figure this out. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, I really appreciate a like rating. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content. We're gonna keep uploading on the daily. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of them support. You guys are the best. Peace.